Thank you for joining me for Haselwood Auto Group's Flexible Spending Accounts 101. This is going to be a short webinar to give you information about flexible spending accounts, the two types that are available to you, and give you some more information to help you decide whether or not they are something you would like to enroll in. Flexible spending accounts are tax-favored accounts that allow you to set aside pre-tax dollars to be used for qualifying expenses that you anticipate occurring in the coming plan year. You have two types that are available to you. One is the healthcare FSA, and this allows you to set aside those funds to be used for out-of-pocket expenses for medical, dental, and vision. The other type is for dependent care, and this allows you to set aside funds for child care or elder care for tax dependents that are unable to care for themselves. Now let's jump into a little bit more detail on healthcare FSAs. You have two different options: the general purpose FSA, which will cover medical, dental, and vision, and the limited purpose FSA that is restricted to dental and vision only. And if you are enrolling in one of the qualified high deductible health plans and opening a health savings account, this is the one you would want to choose if you want to participate, because it preserves your ability to contribute to a health savings account. Now both have a cap on annual contributions. So for 2023, that is $3,050. So you choose the amount you want to contribute, from maybe $100 all the way up to that $3,050. But whatever amount you choose, that's going to be fixed for the year unless you have a qualifying event that would allow you to change. Now, one of the great things about healthcare FSAs is they are fully loaded on the beginning of the plan year. So whatever amount you choose, for example, let's say you're going to elect to contribute $2,000 to your FSA, all $2,000 will be available to you on your very first day of eligibility, but your deductions for those contributions will come out of your pay periods for the rest of the plan year. You remember that your funds can only be used for qualified expenses. So it's important to put some thought into how much you want to contribute, because you don't want to end the year with more money left in your account than you have qualified expenses to submit reimbursement for. There is a use it or lose it provision. So you have a rollover that's allowed. You can end the year with up to $610, and that can be rolled into the next year, but anything above that is subject to forfeiture. So you want to put some thought into what your anticipated expenses are going to be and use that for the basis of deciding what contribution you want to set out. There is a run-out period which does allow you until March 31st of 2024 to file claims for the 2023 plan year. But that does not give you extra time to incur those claims. They still have to be incurred within the 2023 plan year. Now, here are some examples of what types of claims can be run through your healthcare FSA. For medical, that can be your deductible, copays, coinsurance, copays on prescriptions, as well as some over-the-counter medicines, as long as you have a doctor's prescription for them. Insulin, that doesn't require a prescription, but it's something that can be run through your FSA. For dental, it can be your deductible and coinsurance. It can be for braces, even though that's not something that's covered by the dental plan. It could be the extra cost for a set of dentures. Vision, maybe another set of eyeglasses or eye surgery such as LASIK. So the IRS has provided a publication number 502, Medical and Dental Expenses, that's available on the IRS website that provides much more detail on what are qualified expenses for healthcare FSAs. Now let's get into the details of the dependent care flexible spending account. So this is the second type of FSA you have to choose from. This allows you up to $5,000 per calendar year that you can contribute. It is used for qualified dependent care or adult daycare expenses. So this applies to dependent children under the age of 13 or other qualifying tax dependents that are unable to be independent and care for themselves at your home while you are at work. The account is not front-loaded, so that's an important distinction between healthcare FSAs and dependent care FSAs. So the funds only become available to you after they've been deposited. And however much you want to contribute during the year, that's going to be fixed unless you have a qualifying event which would allow you to change. And an important reminder is that this account also has a use it or lose it provision. So you really want to put some thought into how much you think you're going to need, because there are fewer qualified expenses that you can have for this type of account, and you don't want to end the year with more money in the account than you have qualified expenses for. There's no rollover allowed, so all the funds that are extra at the end of the year that you cannot submit claims for are subject to forfeiture. You do have a run-out period to file your claims, but not to incur the claims. So these claims must be incurred during 2023. And some examples of qualified dependent care expenses: preschool and daycare, before or after school care for children under the age of 13, adult daycare, sick child care. You still have to work, but your kid can't go to school. If you've got some care that is available for them, that could be run through your dependent care FSA. In the summer, day camps are covered, but overnight camps are not. And child and dependent care expenses must be work-related to qualify. So you must be in the position of needing that care for your children or your tax dependents unable to care for themselves while you are at work. And that IRS publication number 502 also has additional information on dependent care expenses as well. Now remember that both the healthcare and dependent care FSAs are great tax savings tools for you if you are anticipating qualifying expenses that would fall into one of those two categories. If you're going to have those expenses anyway, you might as well set the money aside to pay for them on a tax-free basis. You get to choose the election at the beginning of the year, so you choose how much it's going to be, but that is going to be fixed unless you have a qualifying event. And both have that use it or lose it rule, so you want to put some thought into what expenses you anticipate having so that you don't end up in an over-contribution type scenario. If you have questions, you've got some resources to reach out to. Contact your HR team there at Haselwood. But you can also reach out to Brown & Brown. Stephanie Kuntz, the Senior Account Manager on your account, is happy to help with any questions. So thank you for taking the time to listen to this. I hope that it's been helpful in making your decisions on whether or not you'd like to participate in either of these types of FSA accounts. Thank you and have a wonderful day.